Hi folks, wanted to do a quick video to kind of round up all of the gear that I find most useful. Quite often on some of the demos and reviews videos that I've got on my channel, I'll have people comment and say, are you still using this piece of equipment in 2025? So I thought I would round up all of the things that I actually use the most. So where to start? Let's start with the guitars really, and it's got to start with the acoustic guitar. I probably would consider myself an acoustic guitarist at heart, even though probably most of you who watch my channel probably came to it through some of the electric guitar demos or amps and stuff. Acoustic guitar really is where I'm most comfortable. It's what I studied at university, it's what I've done the most amount of gigs on. It's just there, it doesn't have to be plugged into anything, it's pure, and you really just have to focus on the notes and nothing else, and I love that about it. This guitar, I bought it when I was 18, having saved up enough money working in a shop, and it's a Moon. So Moon were based in Glasgow. A guy, Jimmy Moon, was the main maker, and I went to the workshop and tried various different models, and this is the one I ended up on. This is this 0003 Sitka spruce top, Indian rosewood back and sides, mahogany neck, ebony fingerboard. I mean, ticks all the boxes, and it served me very well. I've done absolutely countless gigs in all sorts of different places on this guitar. I could see myself wanting another high-end acoustic. Being a 000, it's not the loudest, and sometimes in kind of acoustic situations I feel like it's not quite got the power that I want. I did try a beautiful Collings guitar last summer when I visited my old mentor Chris Newman. There's a video about that. He let me play his Collings OM3. But yeah, anyway, that's the Moon 0003. Absolutely love it. And then electric guitars, it changes all the time. I'm sure some of you have seen videos of some of my electric guitars. I'll pick up the Squier first. Now, the Squier Strat, it's the 40th anniversary edition. I've done a full demo and review of it, and it's great. It's just straightforward, sounds like a Strat. And I use this, it's not the best electric guitar that I have, but I use this, I teach on it a lot. Because I don't mind taking it into schools and things, and if it gets scratched then it doesn't really matter, and it's just a good all-round sort of guitar. If the strings are getting a bit old, I'm not that bothered. It's, you know, I feel like everyone needs a guitar like that isn't their sort of the best high-end instrument, but just a good everyday sort of working guitar, and that's what this is for me. And then the Charvel gets an honourable mention, the Charvel Pro Mod SoCal Style 2. This was the first guitar that I did like a full demo and review of on YouTube. It seemed to get a good reception, so it encouraged me to do more of these kind of videos. It's got Fishman Fluence pickups, so they're active. So sometimes, like I was saying, if I have just something I want to try out on an electric guitar, I won't grab this, because I feel like I'm draining the battery. Every time you plug it in, the battery is being used. So I only pick this up if I have a genuine purpose to use it, but it's the most comfortable of all the electric guitars that I own, and I use it live probably more than any of my other guitars, especially if I'm doing like pit band work for musical theatre, which I do occasionally, you know, and then it might be quite a wide range of different sounds that you need to create within this one show. And this has got so much versatility with it can do single coil, it can do 2 different types of humbucker sounds, and it's, as I say, very comfortable to play. It's always in tune. Roasted maple neck gives it some stability. So yeah, this guitar, I love it. It's got a great sound. The only other guitar I haven't brought down, but the Squier H7 is probably my next go-to if I want that kind of semi-hollow thing. I haven't played it for a while actually, and I should. But yeah, live it's between the Charvel and the Squier, typically speaking. What should we do next? Effects. Now, I'm not really an effects sort of guy. I've hardly done any sort of videos about effects pedals and stuff. But I have this, the Line 6 HX Effects, which for the most part provides any effects that I do need. If I'm just playing at home, I don't tend to use many pedals. A bit of reverb, occasionally a bit of overdrive, and that does me nicely. But yeah, as I was mentioning, things like musical theatre where you do need lots of different sounds, most of those sounds are in here. It's got so many different effects. I do use stomp boxes sometimes live when I need in combination with this, so I've got a little tube screamer, a fuzz pedal, wah-wah, that sort of thing. But yeah, for the most part, whatever sounds I can hear in my head are probably in this. Also use this live with the acoustic, by the way. I have like a patch that I've built that has a bit of EQ, compression, a little bit of reverb. You can use it as a tuner, probably chorus as well, that sort of thing. So yeah, very versatile bit of kit. It's really, really good, this, and they send updates every so often with new effects, which is cool. Yeah, HX Effects. And then we'll get to amps in a minute. I wanted to give a quick mention to the humble Focusrite 2i2 interface. I would not be without this. It's hard to imagine a time when you couldn't just plug your guitar into a laptop and create a song. We probably take that for granted these days. And I mean, I use this for teaching as well. I take this into school sometimes, and if I have a student that's writing a song, then we'll use Logic and we'll record it in the lesson and build it up, and that's really been great. Again, it's hard to think back to decades ago when it would have had to have been tape machines, and that just wouldn't have been an option. So yeah, I think a really useful bit of kit for any modern musician, really. I would highly recommend, if you don't have an interface, then get just a nice cheap one like that. You'll be amazed at what you can achieve. Okay, so then we must be on to amps. So first of all, it's got to go to the Positive Grid Spark Mini. This thing, I've done a full demo and review of it. It does have some limitations. If you turn it up too loud, it kind of distorts not in the way that a valve amp, when it's cranked, just distorts and we think, ah, that's lovely. It's just a nasty kind of digital distortion. But looking over that, it's just great. I love plugging into it at home. This is the thing I'll plug into, again, if I'm trying something out with an electric guitar or just doing a bit of practice, or if I've got something like a gig coming up where I need to practice a certain thing, I'll just plug into this. It lives here in my kitchen, very handy. The battery lasts a good length of time. I take it into school to teach with. I haven't used I've also got the Spark Go somewhere over here. There. I bought that more recently. I haven't used it as much. It's sort of, it sounds very similar. It's the same presets and stuff, but this one, the bigger one, just has a little bit more oomph. So I've tended just to go for that. I sort of bought this thinking, well, it's even more portable, so I can take it into places where I'm teaching, but most of the time I've ended up just taking this instead. So I don't know, I've quite enjoyed using both of them together in stereo. I did a video on that recently. So I'll probably explore that a bit more. But yeah, so that's that. And then if I want a proper amp, then I don't know if you can see, yeah, you can. The Blues Junior, I've really gravitated towards this again. I bought this quite a while ago now. And I also have a Rev D20, which some of you might have seen the demo and review of. Recently, I found myself just being drawn back to the simplicity of a valve amp. And it actually makes me think maybe at some point further down the line I would quite like something like a deluxe reverb, you know, something that I could rely upon for almost any gig in terms of headroom, and that would have that wonderful Fender clean sound that I like. So if anyone wants to donate enough money that I could buy a Collings acoustic guitar and a Fender Deluxe reverb, then the tip jar is below. So I hope you've enjoyed that kind of roundup. I'll put links in the description below to some of the specific demos and reviews of some of these bits of kit. And as I say, if you have any of them and you similarly find them useful on a daily basis, then drop a comment below. And yeah, I shall see you in another video very soon. Cheers for now.